What if the gods we worship today are the same beings the Sumerians called the Anunnaki thousands of years ago? What if every divine story, from the Bible to the Quran, from Greek myths to Hindu scriptures, is just humanity retelling one misunderstood truth, a truth about powerful visitors mistaken for gods? Welcome back to What If Scenario, where curiosity fuels imagination. Today, we're exploring a question that could shake the very foundations of faith, history, and science alike. What if the gods of the Sumerians are the same gods we honor today, but their miracles were misunderstood technology from another world? Let's travel back over 6,000 years to ancient Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization. The Sumerians, the first known writers, recorded their world on clay tablets using a script called cuneiform. These weren't simple farmers scribbling myths. They were astronomers, engineers, and priests who built cities with laws, irrigation, and mathematics. But what stands out most are their stories about the Anunnaki, gods who descended from the heavens. The tablets describe the Anunnaki as shining beings, capable of flight, wielding tools that could cut stone, heal the sick, and command storms. They taught humans how to plant, build, and rule. To the Sumerians, these beings weren't invisible spirits. They were physical, powerful, and knowledgeable beyond measure. Now, fast forward a few thousand years. We read about Yahweh descending in fire and smoke upon Mount Sinai. We read of chariots of fire in the Book of Kings, of angels with wings of light and wheels within wheels seen by the prophet Ezekiel. In Hindu texts, gods descend in vimanas, flying palaces of thunder. In Greek myths, Zeus hurls lightning from the sky. Different names, different languages, but the same pattern. What if these weren't divine miracles, but advanced technology? What if humanity witnessed real machines, crafts, and beings so far beyond their understanding that they called them gods? Imagine this. The Sumerian gods, the Anunnaki, were an advanced race who came to Earth to teach and observe. Over millennia, their technology was lost, their names evolved through culture and translation, and humanity reshaped their memory into religion. Enlil became El, Inanna became Ishtar, then Astarte. Enki, the wise god of water and creation, may have inspired the very idea of a benevolent creator. What if every faith, every holy text, is a piece of one enormous puzzle, fragments of our shared memory of contact with something not of this world? Now picture this alternate timeline. Humanity finally uncovers irrefutable evidence. Perhaps an ancient Sumerian temple is opened, revealing a preserved craft made of an unknown material, still humming with energy. The symbols match stories told across the world. Scientists confirm it predates known history. Suddenly, humanity is faced with an impossible truth, that religion, myth, and science all share the same origin story. Our gods were real, just not what we thought they were. The world would never be the same. Faith leaders might scramble to interpret scripture in a new light. Scientists would rush to decode ancient technology. Governments might suppress it, fearing mass panic. Some would say, "See, our gods were always real." Others would whisper, "They were never gods at all." But let's explore the possibilities, both light and dark. If this were true, imagine the advantages. We could gain ancient knowledge that would propel humanity centuries ahead. Diseases could be cured, clean energy harnessed, and interstellar travel made possible. Humanity could unite under one truth, that we all come from the same story, the same teachers, the same stars. The endless wars fought in the name of religion could end, replaced by curiosity and understanding. We'd no longer ask who created us, but rather why. But there's a darker side. If the Sumerian gods were truly the same deities we honor today, and their divinity was based on misunderstood technology, then what happens to faith, to purpose, to morality? Would billions lose their sense of meaning? Would society collapse under the realization that we were never divinely chosen, only genetically engineered? Worse still, what if the gods returned? Would they come as peaceful guides or as rulers reclaiming their creation? If we are their descendants, do we owe them loyalty or rebellion? Perhaps that's why ancient texts speak of floods, destruction, and divine wrath, not as punishment, but as attempts to reset humanity gone astray. Maybe we've been living in the echoes of an ancient experiment, and the gods have simply been waiting for us to rediscover who we really are. So here's the question that lingers. If tomorrow we found undeniable proof that the Sumerian Anunnaki were the same beings behind all our religions and myths, would you still pray to them? Would you call them God or aliens? Would you worship or question? Because maybe, just maybe, faith and science aren't opposites. Maybe they're reflections of the same cosmic truth told through different eyes. The ancients described what they saw using the language they had. Chariots of fire, heavenly lights, thrones of thunder. We describe the same things today as aircraft, energy, and advanced technology. The only difference is perspective. And perhaps the real message of the gods, whoever or whatever they were, was never about power or worship. It was about awakening, about reminding us that we too are creators, that the divine spark they left within us was meant to evolve, to build, to explore the stars they once came from. Maybe the gods never left us. Maybe they became us. So what do you think? If the gods of Sumer were the same gods we worship today, and their miracles were misunderstood technology, would humanity finally unite under truth or divide even deeper in confusion? Share your thoughts in the comments, because this question might define the next chapter of our evolution. Remember, history isn't just written in books. Sometimes it's carved in stone, waiting for us to read it correctly. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to What If Scenario, and share it with fellow truth seekers. And tell me, what if should we uncover next? Until then, keep your eyes on the stars and never stop asking, what if?